Okay, so I've already applied most of the products that I'm going to be using. Right now, I'm just going in with my Tresemme Heat Protecting Spray and just spraying every strand of hair to make sure everything's really nice and saturated. Being very careful, I'm just going to take a wide tooth comb and brush gently through my hair to make sure that all the product is dispersed evenly and there's no tangles before I start. The next step is pretty easy. I'm just going to take a butterfly clip or anything you have that you can clip your hair back. I'm going to start at the nape of my neck and just go ahead and leave those few bottom pieces down and go ahead and pin up the rest of my hair. Next, I'm going to take my 2-inch round brush. This is by BrushLabs, and I'm going to be grabbing my blow dryer, and any one you have will do. Just make sure it has an attachment at the end so it focuses the heat on the hair. So next I'm just going to section my hair off and gently brush through it with my round brush. I'm then going to hold it in place and turn on my blow dryer, and I'm going to focus the heat in a downward motion so that all of the parts of the hair are facing in the same way, that all of my cuticles are facing in the same way. This will give me the most shine and the smoothest appearance. That's why it's important to have the attachment to your blow dryer. And then I just am going to go ahead and brush it out. So then again, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just brush through, and then when I get to the end, I'm going to go ahead and roll it up. I am going to turn my blow dryer on, make sure the heat is facing in a downward motion to smooth out my hair, and I'm going to pull through it and follow it with the blow dryer. This is going to help create body along with shine, but one thing I do want to mention is be careful because the brush does get very hot because it is ceramic. Okay, since the rest of the process is pretty repetitive, I'm going to go ahead and throw myself into fast forward, and I will just make sure to point out the areas that I feel are most important. Like I said, the brush that I'm using is from BrushLabs. I really do like this brush. It is a ceramic brush, so you have to be careful because it does get very hot towards the end of your blowout with the heat being on it so long. But I do find that it makes my hair extremely like shiny and silky, and which is perfect for me because I'm always complaining about how damaged my hair is and how I'm trying to get it so much healthier. So this brush really does a lot for me in terms of not having to use as much heat on my hair once I'm finished, in terms of a curling iron or a flat iron or anything of that sort. The smaller the sections you do, the faster and more precise your look will be. I find it best that to do small sections gives you the most body because that way you don't have hairs falling all over the sides of the brush and not allowing you to get the most accurate look that you want. So like I said before, this brush is the 2-inch round brush by BrushLabs. I picked this brush up at Ulta. I think it was about $12. I was never someone that really never someone that really used a round brush before. I had something that was kind of similar to it that I picked up, I believe, by Conair, I think, at Walgreens, but nothing quite like this. And I actually picked this up after watching a couple of videos from my favorite gurus. And I seriously have to say, guys, that this honestly makes styling my hair so much easier. I don't have to put as many products in my hair because the final outcome of everything is just so nice. It just makes my hair so shiny. I get so many compliments on it, and I think the brush was about $12, so it's fairly inexpensive, something that's going to last you a long time. So at the end, I just kind of give one last go around and just make sure that everything is truly dry and just go over any pieces that I feel might need some extra attention. Um, the way that I do it this way with just my fingers, I just kind of make sure that all those sections kind of blend together and it doesn't look like I have specific sections showing that I used with my round brush, but just kind of smooths everything together. I then just kind of go over everything and kind of curl it to which side I want it to be, just to make everything smooth and shiny and make sure there's no flyaways. And there you guys have it. That's the end. Hopefully you can tell how much shinier and healthier it looks just by using a round brush when you blow dry. So that is how I blow dry my hair. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.